Okay, so this is going to be a hopefully pretty quick video just shot on my phone about what's going to be in the Arduino kit for my students. I'll see what I can do about that glare. The reason I'm making this is because for most students who will be taking a course using Arduino, you'll have some kind of kit like this to start with, and most of them are pretty similar. If you want to get your own, they tend to be between $30 and $60 or so online. So let's just open it up and see what's in here. So this is literally the first time I've opened this particular box, so I guess it's technically an unboxing video. A lot of times they'll have a CD or a book with things you can do. It's pretty useful to have, especially if you want to look on your own and do stuff. This particular one is nice and actually has a chart of all the things that are in here. So for my class, I tend to stick to more the basic components and implementing things like LEDs with the buttons and the like, but there's a lot of things that are in here that you can work with. Again, you can do things with displays or little expanders and I already said displays, but a lot of motors and other stuff. So rather than read through the whole list, if you really want to look, you can pause here, but I am going to keep going. This is all relatively well packed, so I always recommend to my students only take out what you need and then be careful to put back what you don't. So the first thing here is the actual Arduino itself. Now this one is not Arduino brand. It's all open source, so there are several identical copies that people have made, and that's totally fine. But it's all the same chips and parts and layouts and all of that. So it comes in this little static-proof bag, so you'll want to take it out when you do that. It all connects with the USB cable that's right there. That's great. There's a few other things in this one. So there's all the LEDs in a bag. Here's a little expander module, and just kind of briefly going through here, small little, what was that one? Ultrasonic sensor. This one was like a USB something. I'm not familiar with that particular one. Power supply module, that's what that one is. And then again, all the other parts are just kind of in there. So again, if you don't need it, I recommend not taking it out because it can be a pain to get in. What you'll more than likely need whenever you get into here are, well, the USB cable to power everything, the board itself. You could use that same power supply module and some of the other supplied stuff in a 9-volt in this case in order to power everything, but I recommend just plugging it into the computer because then you don't have to worry about the battery going dead. It is wrapped up, but I'm less than, well, I mean, I've heard good things about puck cells, but anyways, I wouldn't trust the battery. That's a little joystick, but the other components are, you have your jumper cables, which in this case are just kind of in a little bundle, which can be nice, but once you start using them, they tend to go everywhere, so try to keep track of those. And then you'll have your resistors, which are down here. If I can get all the extra stuff out. Here's that connector for the battery I mentioned. Okay, but we have a bunch of very common resistors, and they're all labeled for what they are with the stripes, and then there's also on the paper, but once you take it out, you just have to rely on the stripes. This one, does it say on the diagram what they have? There, it just says 120 pieces resistors. It doesn't say what it is. But the other thing that's important right here is this breadboard. So for the the classes that I teach, we won't be soldering in and making like actual circuit boards, but we'll be doing everything with this breadboard. And I'm gonna have a separate video that's gonna explain a lot of these main components and the breadboard. So I'm not gonna go into too much detail here, but basically the real important things that you need for this class in a kit are, again, a breadboard, the Arduino and its cable, the jumper cables for said breadboard, resistors, LEDs, and then somewhere in here, a few buttons and switches and the like. And they're usually just hiding. So you gotta, there they are, some buttons and potentiometers and things like that. So those are the main things. Anything else is just kind of extra for the purposes of this course, but it's pretty helpful. So I think that's gonna wrap it out for this little video, and I will see you all the next time that I see you. Bye.